All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Zach Moonshine with Metal Devastation Radio. And right now on the phone with me, I have Eric and Chase from the band Critical Dismemberment. What's going on, guys?
Not a whole lot.
Same old, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. So tell everybody out there listening, what's going on right now in the world of Critical Dismemberment?
Right now, I've been trying to finish up some songs I've worked on for a long time. I just basically program a lot of synthesizer music and guitars over that, more guitar than anything, and trying to finish up some stuff so Eric can do vocals and lyrics, and he's gonna step up on drums now.
Fuck yeah, man.
I've been putting drums to this new EP that we're going to be dropping hopefully sometime in October.
Now, how long have you guys been a band, and how did you get started?
I started recording on my own a few years ago, and I met Eric through that. I had a little one-man band thing going on, and I hated vocals, lyrics, any of that. And I had a high school band I played a few shows with, and it was always the most fun I've ever had in my life. So I had to do something, So I just started recording on my own, and then I met Eric through that, and we kind of got together on a song a long time ago for my solo stuff I was doing. And then one day, we just talked about starting up a whole new project.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, are you going to add...
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, it was sometime in February or March is when the fetus of Critical Dismemberment began to take shape, and I just threw vocals on top of what he had done in his solo project, and then over the last couple of months, that stuff has really changed into our brand of death metal.
Fuck yeah, man. As far as your influences and shit, what would you say influences you guys as a band?
For me, man, when I was first playing guitar, bands like As I Lay Dying and Killswitch Engage that really influenced the way I play guitar and how I wanted to play. But over the years, my taste in music's evolved a lot more into just technical death metal and a lot heavier stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to incorporate nowadays.
Yeah, for me, vocally, I started out screaming some Randy Blythe from Lamb of God until my fucking throat bled. And then from there, once Whitechapel became established and I figured out who they were, for my gutturals, that's what I try to achieve. And for the highs, I just basically go until I can't get any higher. Vocally wise, lyrically wise, to be honest with you, not a whole lot of death metal bands have influenced me. A good friend of mine that I work with introduced me to Justin Furstenfeld from Blue October, and he has a lot of good lyrics, and I started incorporating more writing from the gut than hiding behind the metaphor. So those are really two big influences on me. And someone here recently, on the song that I sent you on Room 911, a guy named Landon Tours, he has a lot of solo stuff that he does, but he's also the vocalist for The Plot and You. He does a lot of whispering, which when you're listening to that, it makes you really want to listen to what that dude's saying. And I tried to tastefully incorporate that into some of our music, because kind of want to deliver it in a way where you listen to us and it's not like, oh, well, they're a death metal band and it's just pure either high-pitched or low-pitched screaming. I want you to understand and listen to what I'm saying. So by the end of the song, you're either really pissed off, or if you're going through what I'm going through, it's like, that helped me through some shit, and I appreciate it.
Fuck yeah, man. That's another thing I was going to ask you. Like, what kind of, what are the lyrical themes that you guys have on the songs?
This first EP, the Seven Trumpet Sounds, which everybody's heard pretty much, that's about a recurring nightmare I have. Being thrust into basically reliving the book of Revelation. And it's a very vivid dream for me where I get kind of thrust into the apocalypse and am forced to survive. And I see everything from, demons just ripping flesh from people and angels beheading them, and these voices in my head and it's a very weird dream. And every time I wake up, I'm in a just drenched sweat, and it still freaks me out. So I figured writing about it would help it go away, but it hasn't. There's 2 songs on this record too. Room 911 and another one called Nightmare's End, which is basically a shitty relationship I was in. Room 911 more focuses on what I was going through, which is essentially being in the same kind of place as being locked in an insane asylum. Kind of very personal, just brutal, fucked up song. And then Nightmare's End is kind of the sequel to that, where that chapter finally closes, and it's kind of like a more brutal way where I kind of go into, well, you put me through hell, so now I'm going to end your fucking life and laugh about it and drink your blood as I'm walking out the door.
That's fucking badass, man.
Yeah. And the last song, The Damnation of Elizabeth, was actually one of the first songs that Chase and I worked on together as Critical Dismemberment. It's kind of a me and him can talk about it and laugh about it, because his solo project was called Elizabeth's Honor, and Critical Dismemberment kind of adds on to the brutality and technicality of what he was doing by himself. So it's kind of like a kind of set in like a Salem witch type place, and she's getting ready to be beheaded. And as she's being beheaded, she comes back and kind of casts her vengeance on Earth. Something lyrically I like to do with that is on every EP kind of have that one song that is telling the story of Elizabeth. And then whether it's 5 or 40 years from now, when Critical Dismemberment finally has its end, that last album that we put out will have that final song where Elizabeth is finally put to rest. And then we're just fucking done.
Fuck yeah, man. Now, as far as the name Critical Dismemberment, how did you guys come up with that? Is there a story behind that?
It was really quick. I just in my older music, I was putting a lot of electronics and Nintendo sounding like 8-bit shit in my music, and it's not really what I listen to. I listen to a lot of really brutal, hardcore shit, and that's the kind of project I wanted to start working on, and I wanted something that would reflect that. And then Eric, like right off the bat, was like, Critical Dismemberment sounds pretty cool. I was like, fuck yeah, I like that one too. And it was a pretty quick decision, but I like it, and we both liked it.
Right on.
The inspiration for the Critical Dismemberment, actually, it was when I was doing vocals for a band, and our drummer went to a Attila show. And there was a dude that was just hitting on his wife, and this dude was like, I'm about to bust a beer bottle over this fucker's head. And he called me, and he was like, man, I might need you to bail me out of jail. And I was like, all right, man, that's cool. I was like, what's going on? He told me the story, and he was like, man, he goes, the only thing I can think of doing this motherfucker right now is critically dismembering him. And didn't think anything of it. And then when Chase and I were sitting there trying to think of band names and stuff, I was like, Critical Dismemberment. So I was like, that's kind of, so there's kind of the funny backstory to how we got that brutal name.
Oh, yeah, man. Now, what can you tell everybody about the local scene where you guys are from? What's it like there?
Oh, man. I am from Branson, Missouri, the fucking country music western capital of the world. There is absolutely not another metal fan in this town. I'm all alone up here. That's why we're doing this internet band thing.
Yeah, here in Hot Springs, there's a small metal scene. If you're into Converge, bands like that, that's a pretty good popular music here. It's more industrial than anything, kind of like a harder tinged Rob Zombie type stuff. But something that has kind of taken hold here is the pop punk. So I'm doing the best I can to negate that.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm in Tennessee myself, and this place is fucking. We don't have much of a metal scene here, but what we do have is it's mostly all doom. There's a lot of really slow doom, and that's cool. But yeah, there's not too many of them.
Yeah,
doom metal is awesome though.
Yeah. So how did you guys get hooked up with Otto and get on this compilation? What's the story behind that, man?
Well, he had started out and stuff, and not to kind of drop names or anything, but I've always been a big fan of Markerdon. I happened to find them on Reverb Nation, and I had had seen some of Haniel's posts and stuff, and I had messaged him on Facebook one day, and I was like, man, I really agree with everything that you're saying and stuff. So we added each other as friends on Facebook, and I started, really supporting his band and trying to donate when I could and spread the word. And whenever he had gone off about how it was in that interview you had Friday, I can't remember exactly how it went.
Yeah.
With the mainstream band not wanting to support the little guy.
Yeah.
And he had come to the point where he was like, I have this idea for a compilation album. And him and Otto had posted about it on Facebook. And I was like, well, Chase and I are really just doing this for fun, but it'd be cool for everybody to kind of hear what we have going on. And so I got a hold of Otto, and he was like, what you guys are doing are badass, and you need to be on this compilation. So that's pretty much how we got. And he actually mixed and mastered the 7 Trumpet sounds for that compilation album. And we kind of developed a deep friendship, me, myself personally, with Haniel and Otto. And ever since then, it's been a pretty good friendship.
Yeah, those guys are fucking cool, man. That compilation album is just... it's 100% fucking badass, man, from front to back. I was telling, as a matter of fact, I was just talking to Rapist from Inverticrux a little bit ago, and I was telling him that fucking the whole time I was listening to the compilation album, there was never really a bad song on it. It's just fucking brutal from front to back. So.
It really is.
Yeah,
man.
whenever people say, it's 27 of the best extreme metal bands on the face of the planet, that is a very true statement. There is not a single song on that compilation that just doesn't kick you in your fucking face and just leave you wanting more.
And I've been blaring it everywhere I go since I downloaded it. On my way to work every day. Everybody hears it.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Well, what kind of plans do you have what kind of plans do you guys have for the future?
Just keep writing and recording, man. Kind of like Pig Destroyer, they just write a bunch of music, put it out there, and never fucking play it again. That's kind of how I'd like to go with it. But I mean, if things happen different in the future, I'd love to be able to meet up and play some shows and do some shit. It's so fun, But I don't see that happening right now. But hopefully someday down the road.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I would like to. The internet based type stuff isn't. There's not a whole lot of bands doing it, especially in the underground scene. I would like for Chase and I to be the two dudes, and for Critical Dismemberment as an entity to kind of prove to the world that you don't have to go to band practice every day, or you don't have to. Basically be on the phone with somebody every day to write badass music and to be somewhat successful at it. I would like to just be like, what, if you had the same ideologies in music and you just want to fucking kick ass and just take names and just do it for the fun of music and just, fuck it, and that would be something I would like to do, is just pave the way for more guys and inspire guys, whether it's 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, if they're in all 4 corners of the United States, to be like, what, those 2 dudes can do it, why can't we? And to get more badass dudes in the underground scene to just flare it up and show the mainstream bands that, what, we don't fucking need you.
Fuck yeah, man. That's what's up. Well, guys, I guess I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to tell the people out there that's listening?
What I would like to say, basically, is just we're gonna keep pumping out music. We have a little concept album coming. That's probably gonna take a lot. It probably won't be this year. We might push this EP that's coming out sometime in October, and maybe have another one for the end of the year. But just to support the underground and buy merch and do what you have to do to keep these bands afloat, because we're a small band and we're trying to grow, and there's other small bands out there trying to do the same thing we're doing. And so let's take this compilation album as a springboard to support the underground and just show these big bands that we don't need the high dollar studio equipment and the budgets and everything else to fucking kick ass and have people love us. That's what I want to accomplish.
Damn straight.
And all I gotta say is, a problem I've had recently and for years now is bands, will message me on Twitter or Facebook or whatever and be like, hey, man, check me out. And I'll gladly do it every time. But then as soon as I mention being in a band and, I have something, the conversation usually stops right there, So I've been really frustrated because I've shared this compilation with so many people and not one person that I have told it about has downloaded it or even checked it out. And, if a band messages you and, they just want to be heard. So, just take a couple minutes of your time, check them out. You might like it. I mean, they might be broke asses like us. They can't afford to get, like professional quality, good mixes going. But that doesn't mean they're not talented people.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man. Well, don't worry, dude. We're going to fucking play the fuck out of it here, dude. For sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
No doubt, man. Well, do you guys have a link or anything that for people to go to check out more shit?
Just check our Facebook page. It's literally just facebook.com/critical dismemberment. We post all kinds of new stuff on there whenever we get it. We haven't been doing it real awfully long, so we only have like 2 fully recorded songs. We got a lot more we're working on right now. We're working on like 4 or 5 songs at a time right now. That's partially my fault because I have these unfinished songs that I don't know. I'll get inspired to write a new one, and I'll just start a new song without ever finishing my other one. But I'm trying to finish up these 4 or 5 songs right now, and as soon as they're done, we'll probably just post them on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel. You can check me out. You can just Google or get on YouTube, search Chase Venture. I don't necessarily know the link to my page, but it'll be obvious.
Yeah, we have a Bandcamp too. If you go to www.criticaldismemberment.bandcamp.com, both the Seven Trumpet sounds, as you heard it on this radio station, and the compilation, and Room 911, we have a demo version up now, and we will be putting the version you guys will be blasting. That will be available Tuesday, which is September the 2nd. And everything's for free. If you feel like donating, that would be awesome. And those are really the only 2 outlets we use.
Right on, man. Well, before I let you guys go, I got to get you to make us a station tag. Cool?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
All right. Do you want to make one together, or do you want to do 2 separate ones?
We'll do it together, man. That's how we roll.
All right. Say your names and say you're from Critical Dismemberment and that you are listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
I'm Chase Fincher.
This is Eric Martin.
We're from Critical Dismemberment, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.